Okay, so in this video I'm going to be showing you a kind of playthrough, a part playthrough of Black Rose Wars in solo mode. This was a print and play edition or version that Ludus Magnus Games sent out to the backers on Kickstarter, but it's complete free for all. Whoever's got the core game, okay, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I just think it was a brilliant gesture by them to offer this as a print and play before we get the final produced copy in Wave 2, hopefully in sometime after the summer, so in the autumn term. So this is what they call it, the Quarantine Survival Handbook, which I thought was actually quite fitting because we find ourselves in these times that we can play virtually online on some of the Tabletop Simulator, but we will really struggle to obviously just meet up and play games, of course. So a lot of more solo players being done at the moment, and I'm just producing a few videos showing some of the solo versions that you can play of different games. So I think I've got a Western Legends on there at the moment. Obviously Black Rose Wars. I'm going to be doing Nemesis in the next few days, so watch out for that, and the solo play of that, because that's cooperative. So I'm going to be talking about some of the rules, because they're quite ambiguous in parts, and I even got some of them a little bit wrong in the playthrough, which I've put some little descriptions of in the video. So first of all, I wanted to talk about some of the rules. Connor Weismandl, I probably completely butchered that name, I apologise, on Board Game Geek just asked a few questions, so I'm just going to answer how I've played it since doing it in solo. The first question he asks is, there are rooms and quests that allow you to draw cards from the library, but in this game you basically have the forgotten spells and that's it. You don't have any library spells that you would normally study in the study phase of the game. Since that doesn't exist, what I just do as a rule is just draw from your grimoire, just the top deck from your top card from your grimoire. So you're basically keeping the same deck. The second one: do we activate evocations during the actions phase if they have already activated one? Yes. Effectively, the Black Rose acts like another mage, so you will do up to two actions, like you normally would do on your turn. Then it turns to the Black Rose turn, and they activate all evocations that basically have a Perilium rating equal to or lower than your current Perilium. And I'll talk about that in a video, if that makes sense. But yes, they do. And then, once you finish all of your actions, so your spells and your physical actions, then you move on to the evocation phase, where you activate your evocations, and then the Black Rose activates all of their evocations, no matter what their Perilium rating is. So it is quite brutal in that case, but you're trying to manage the board as best you can. For the events, do you summon evocations each round that the event card is there, or do you just do it passage? You just do it when you draw the event. Okay, so it'll say like summon two Cerebos, in two red rooms or something like that. You would put those in at that point, and then I believe that card, it's on the video, but that card will then trigger every time that happens while that's in play. That means the part B of that section of that event card will literally just happen as well when you draw that event. It will be very obvious from the wording of the text. Do cards that affect mages in solo play affect the Black Rose evocations? 100% yes. That's going to be really, really key, or else all of your trap and all of your protection spells will be completely useless, because they always talk about the mages. Or if, the trap, if a mage enters into this colour room, do this. So, yeah, any enemy evocation, if they trigger things, anything that talks about mages, you can abide to those evocations. If you summon multiple evocations in multiple locations, how do you determine where to spawn each one? Unless it says otherwise, it's your choice. So a lot of the times it'll have restraints, like two of these guys into two blue rooms. There are, of course, 3 rooms that you can place them in, so you can choose the 2 that they have to go in, as long as they're different rooms. So yes, you get to choose, effectively, unless it says otherwise. If an evocation has to attack your evocation that has multiple targets, which one does it attack? It actually says in the rules, it says how the evocations, it says the evocation moves towards the mage and attacks them, so always try and do that. But if it cannot reach the mage, it will move on to the next stage, which is it moves to reach an evocation controlled by the mage and attacks it. Basically, the closest one. If there's a tie for the closest evocation, then you just go for... Sorry, just go from the for one of your choice. So I guess you just choose the one of your choice that it will attack. And if it cannot basically move into the mage or one of your evocations, then it moves as close to the mage as possible, always choosing to stay in rooms with the least black rose evocations. So not to kind of like all join together, because that can be very negative for them. Finally, will there be more events, quests, and pre-constructed decks for solo when the stretch goals arrived? I don't know. I'm not obviously Ludus Magnus Studio, so I don't know the answer to that. Possibly. I think there's going to be some legendary scenarios, if I remember rightly from the stretch goals. I wouldn't be surprised if they would be solo as well. So maybe you'll have some kind of scenarios, which will just give it a little bit of flavour. Whether they have more than 3 pre-constructed decks, I'm not sure. I hope so. I really hope so. Okay, so I'm just answering in terms of how I play it, those 7 kind of answers. So, go ahead and watch the playthrough. I don't do a complete playthrough. It took 2 hours to play the whole game, so I've got 1 hour of footage from talking about the setup, rules, and how we do motions, actions, and so forth. Okay.
Okay, and welcome to the Black Rose Wars solo play, using the solo rules that are being published as print and play. So I'll just go through a little bit about the differences, and then we'll literally get straight away and started. I've pretty much set it all up, apart from the starting evocations that will be going against you as the AI. So you'll notice the tile setup is the exact same with the hexes. Basically, you've got the Black Rose Wars room, the Black Rose room, sorry, in the middle, and then basically 2 in every direction to give yourself a big hex. Then you get to choose where you place your mage's room, so you can go in any of the corners. So I've chosen here, mainly because I just found the alchemic laboratory really strong, and I've also got a cemetery in case I need to summon some help with me. Now, in the solo game, you replace some of the room actions. So what I've basically done is print it on some cereal boxes, but what you've got here is solo room effects. So the Black Rose room, the throne room, the pleasures room, the abyss, the mirrors room, the crypt, the bibliothèque or library, and the arena are all new rooms. So what I've done, if I show you, like the pleasures room, I've printed them off and again just stuck them onto cardboard. So you'll notice they're done. So unlike the normal ones, which are really nice, they've got the X to show that it's been activated. Mine literally have a random cardboard box picture on the back of it. Okay, so I've replaced those with the core game versions. Okay, so they're around the rooms. You still have the same. You still have 3 of each color on the board. So that hasn't changed. Just be aware that, for example, the printer, this is slightly lighter tone than the normal greys, but you still distinguish between the colours and so forth, okay? Right, the other massive difference is you print out a different Black Rose AI deck, so phase cards, the effects cards, sorry, and quest cards as well. Okay, so you'll need new ones of those, and obviously a whole new deck of evocations, which are basically the AI cards. Different stats, might do different things, and this number, which I'll talk about, the Perilium, at the moment in a minute. The other thing, which is quite nice because of the amount of space this game takes up anyway, you only need the Forgotten Realms. You only need the Forgotten Spells to put on the other board. You don't need all the other schools of magic, because what you'll choose when you set up is one of 3 pre-constructed decks. I've gone with Annihilator, and I've gone with Nero as my mage. The reason why I went with Nero is because you actually put all 3 of your hero-specific spells into the deck. You add them to that pre-constructed deck. So I'm all about destroying stuff in this particular version. But I've played all 3, and they do play very different. And you have to think about it very much differently. The Gatherer is all about getting those shrines and kind of moving on and off the board, because you can actually move the evocations, the baddie, if you like, the Black Roses evocations off the board to give you bonuses. But we're going with Annihilator just because it's the easiest to go with. So I'm starting here. Perilium. Basically, it tells you if the Black Rose evocation is going to attack you. So let's try and find some different evocations so you can see how they differ. So for example, you look at this, the red rose, and this tells you the Perilium trigger that the evocation will act on. The Andromeda, as you can see, is -5. The Langderschneck, which is the skeleton basically, is -3. Cerberus is -1, and a Bone Knight is 0. So as the enemies get harder and harder, so the more difficult enemies, they have a higher number as the Perilium. Effectively, they will act if their Perilium rating is equal to or below your Perilium score. So at the moment, all 4 of these would act. Now, I'm going to be using the slightly adapted rules because it didn't really tell, in the rule set that I printed out originally, it didn't say anything about how you change this Perilium. I couldn't see it anywhere, apart from one of the rooms, you can make it minus, sorry, you can, where is it? You can, here we go, the throne room, if you activate that, Perilium goes to -1. Now, you could argue that you could basically try and focus on going to the throne room, knocking that down to as small as possible, meaning that none of these evocations will act. But that just seemed a bit too strong. So someone updated it and said, basically, it's the difference between the Black Rose scoring and your scoring. So if that's, if the Black Rose is at 3 and I'm at 0, my Perilium goes to -3. If I'm at 3 and it's at 0, because I'm ahead, it changes to 3. Now we'll see how that plays. I have played that variant once and it was tough. I have to be honest, it was very tough because the Black Rose tends to destroy rooms as well, and that's endgame scoring for him. Also, every time he kills you, he gets a trophy, and that's endgame scoring as well. Okay, so I've got my deck, my pre-constructed deck. They are the evocations that we're moving with. The next thing is you've got the number. So this just in case you've got multiple versions of that, that's what we've got. These will track which evocation of the same type we're talking about when we're moving around the board. They don't actually, the way I've cut them out and stuff, they don't really stick it into the bases, so I just put them near them. And then after that, down the bottom, you'll have movement, attack value, health, and any other bits of information, any triggers, any other special effects that evocation will take. So there's our evocation deck. And we're going to be drawing that very, very shortly as the first stage. Okay, so everything's set up. You've got your 2 normal actions. You've got your board, space for evocations. You can get your normal evocations up, but you follow them from here, not from here. So this is the Black Rose evocation deck. This is your evocation deck. Okay, and that's basically it. So I'm going to place my phone down for a second as we shuffle up the evocation deck. We'll play it on normal, which is 6, starting with 6 cards for the evocation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, oh dear, 5 and 6. Okay, a bit of a mixed bag here. So if we have a little look, and we keep it in this order because this is the order we're going to play it through. Okay, from top to bottom. So we've got 2 Landerstecks, we've got a Malcodia, brilliant. We've got Cerberus, Bone Knight, and Andromeda. Okay. A good thing is the Malkodia, because it's so strong, it's got a 1 as the Perilium reading. And to be honest, the event's going to happen first. The Black Rose is guaranteed to get some points, so I'm going to be. I won't be going against the Bone Knight either. Well, unless I get a lot of VPs from my first action. So we need to get the miniatures. First of all, so we've got our miniatures, and now we do the placement, and it says place the first one into the Black Rose room. So he's going in the Black Rose room, and you'll notice it says 4, so I'll just put a little 4 next to him, and I'll put it next to the board. It's just easier to do it that way. Then we go from the throne room clockwise. So the next one, which is a 5, goes in the throne room. The next one, which is 2, goes here. I hope I don't get too many of them. Cerberus, number 3. Bone Knight, oof, right next to me. Lovely. Number 3. And Andromeda, number 2. Okay. So we've now got our starting setup as we've got. By the way, the events will tend to spawn a lot more, and then we'll have to meet objectives. I'll talk about those when we draw our first one. So that's all set up, ready to go. So now we move just like the normal phases, effectively, of Black Rose. What you'll notice is it'll say here, in this phase, the mage draws 4 cards and put them in hand. So the study phase is a little bit different. Instead of drawing 2 from your hand, and then you go in picking them from the library, there is no library, so you literally just choose 4 from your grimoire and just take those. Okay. So first of all, let's see what event we've got. So there's only 5 cards per each round, and it follows the phases. We've still got the 3 phases for both events and quests. So summon 1 Cerberus in a red room of our choice, and basically it'll have an action. So every time you activate a room, Cerberus moves 1 step towards you. If he ends up in your room, he attacks you. So it might be worth just looking where the red rooms are. We've got one right next to us. We've got the arena up here, and we've got the Malkodia in the other one. So it might be worth chucking him in the arena, effectively quite far away from us if we can. So apologies about the next Cerberus. He's unpainted, but we'll put him up there. We need to pick out the next. This is my only gripe about this is you have to shuffle up this deck, and then you have to draw cards from it, like go searching for the right thing. So this is Cerberus, and he's a number 1. So we'll put his number 1 token here. Okay, so we've done that part of the event. It follows the same rules as before. So the Black Rose will get 2 points. And because now we have a 2-point difference, I go to a -2 Perilium. Now the way I'm going to play this, now we can do this dynamic, which means that any time that changes, we change this Perilium. That's the way I'm going to play it, just so it's completely dynamic. But it's I'm a bit unsure about that. It's going to go in the first slot. But if we defeat a Cerberus, we get 2 Black Rose points, and we get to discard this off the track. Okay, so that's the plan. That's our objective. That's where it says the mage objective. Okay, we just got to remember we got to do this every time we activate any room. So that goes there. Now, as per normal rules, at the end of the event phase, you still move the events along the track until they get to here. They go off here, and the Black Rose gets points from it. But just like normal, we need to get our first quest, because we don't currently have a quest, so we're going to need to grab a quest, and these are special solo quests. They're quite similar, you'll notice. So hide behind, man, I can't even read that. Don't know, something. Activate the throne room, which is all the way over here. Instead of the normal room effect, which is Perilium -1, set your Perilium to -5 until the end of the current turn. So this is another way that it moves, but I couldn't see anywhere of how you increase, how your Perilium is increased, and I think that's why they introduced this rule. So we'll go with the dynamic. That's just till the end of the turn, but that means that you can do it through all the phases, and I'll talk about phases in a minute. It's worth 1 VP if we manage to do it. Obviously, we're not playing against anyone, so we can keep that face up so we can remember it. Okay, so now that's done, we go to the study phase. Study phase, we draw 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be our starting hand. Because I've chosen the Destructor, obviously we've got quite a lot of destructive spells. So hopefully we'll be able to start taking out some of these. Remember, defeat a Cerberus, get 2 victory points. So it might be worth heading up towards Cerberus and trying to pound him for as much as possible. Now we move on to our planning phase, or preparation phase I should call it, where we're going to prepare our spells. And just as in the normal game, you can prepare 2 to 4 spells as per normal. Okay, and you've got your 2 standard actions as well. So let's see if I can just put that on here while I talk through what I'm thinking. So the few cards I've got Maelstrom, Ring of Fire, Fireball, and Sick Withering. Now Fireball, I can do 3 damage to all models in the target room, ignore any protection spells. Obviously these guys don't have protection spells, because we're not fighting against a mage, these are against evocations. Or we can do 2 damage to all the models in the target room and assign 1 damage to the room for every model hit, up to a maximum of 4. Probably want to go for the stronger, do 3 damage. A Cerberus, by the way, in this game has got 6 health. And when he attacks, he heals 1. What we've got here, inflict 2 damage to all models in target rooms if the mage leaves the room with a physical action by the end. Again, that won't trigger. But I can inflict 2 to all models in adjacent rooms. So effectively, if I can get up here somewhere, I can start damaging the Bone Knight as well. All mages enter this adjacent, and in adjacent for each not converted. Inflict 3 to target. Ooh, so that's nice. That's really nice. Sick Withering is a really nice combo, this one. Because I can do 3 damage to a target, and then you just choose another target in a room adjacent to it effectively and do another damage, and then it just keeps going through and through and through. Okay, so that could be really useful with the setup we've got here. And a Maelstrom, we can basically do 3 damage to all models in target room. But that second one, move all models from adjacent rooms to the target one, and that's from 2 away. Then inflict 2 on all models in the room. That could be huge, because I can just basically get everyone into one room and then start just destroying them with all of these spells. See, that makes a lot more sense to do that. So, just a point to make. It follows the same actions as you do 2 things, and then the Black Rose evocations will all act if their Perilium is, as I said, equal to or lower than your Perilium rating. So I think I need to do all of them. So I'm planning on bringing them all in. So 3 to all models in target room. 3 damage to the enemy, and inflict 2 to all models in target rooms. So the way I've set it up is I've got these 3 as my destructive, cause damage to all models in the room. This one's 3 damage to 1. Obviously, I've got my 2 standard actions. As with the normal game, can't do anything in your room, so you've got to move out your room and activate a room. When I activate a room, Cerberus is going to come for us. But I think, right, a few choices here. Just remember, straight lines for targeting, and I think most of these are 2 spaces away. 2 spaces away, a range of, oh, this is only a range of 1. So yeah, I think my plan is move to the alchemic laboratory, activate that, get Cerberus to move here, then cast onto there, get everyone into there, and then we're going to pound the Bone Knight, Andromeda, and Cerberus. The Bone Knight, I know, has got a Perilium rating of 0, so it's very unlikely to be activating, but it's kind of makes sense, I think, unless I go for the Bone Knight, of course. Actually, that might make more sense. In fact, that makes... Ooh. The problem is, it's not just the Cerberus I just put on, it's every Cerberus. Every time you activate a room, Cerberus moves 1 step towards you if it ends in your room. So, effectively, if I move to here, Cerberus will come into the room and attack me. So that will happen just without me doing anything if I go to here. So it's probably best I go to here. Yes, I'm going to go to here and activate the alchemic laboratory. So that enables me to draw 2 cards from my Grimoire, Shadow Step, which will help me to make some decisions for next time. So that's my hand. Okay, I'll leave them there. Next, we've activated the room. So this triggers. Here comes 1, and here comes 1. Okay, right, now we need to get them all into that room. Okay, so I think this is this one here. So don't forget to flip your action token when it happens. So now I'm gonna have to cast this first. This has not quite gone to plan, has it? -2. Cerberus is on -1. Oh, it should be fine. It should be fine. I'm not going to get any XP yet, so they're not going to activate. No, it's all good. It's all good. In fact, it might even be better than I hoped. We'll soon find out. So this says instability into my room because of the black rose symbol in the middle of the card. Target a room 2 spaces. The one with the Bone Knight is what I'm targeting. Move all models from adjacent rooms to the target one. So this is what we're talking about in terms of how you can. I'm probably not going to have space for everyone. Whoops. So that's that one. He also comes in. And he also comes in. So we've suddenly got quite a full. Let's see if we can put some of these on the bases themselves. That's a bit better. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff in one room. And the second part is 2 damage to all models in that room. So Cerberus 1, who's the new Cerberus, 2 damage. Hope we've got enough cubes for all of this. Cerberus, other Cerberus, 2 damage. Remember, they've got 6. Bone Knight, 2 damage. He's got 5. Landerschlet, number 4. He's got 3 health, so you've got 1 left. Andromeda has 4. Not a bad little spell. Okay, that's my 2 actions though. So what happens now, as I read this, is activating the Black Rose, which is exactly what's going to happen. You basically go from top to bottom. From top to bottom on this list, from Mutant Altar to Andromeda, Landerschlet, Divine, blah, blah, blah. So from the weakest to the strongest, okay? So let's do Andromeda first. So Andromeda will move 2. She's going to activate, she's got -5. Move 2, hit for 1. And at the end of it, she places room instability. So she's easily within reach of me. She's going to come into the alchemic laboratory. Move that with her. She's going to hit me for 1. So remember, just as per normal, Black Rose onto your health track. And at the end of her movement, Andromeda places 1 damage in the room. That could help us because we're going to be doing a few spells in that room. So that will just push it on. So I'm not too worried about that. That's fine. Next comes the Landerschlecks. So let's start from 4. So 4, which is in the room with me, will move 2. So unfortunately, he will move. But I really wanted to focus on these guys because those Cerberus are not nice. And he's going to hit me for 2 damage. I haven't got any traps. By the way, oh sorry, I should have said that. Traps and other effects, which would effectively be the same as mages on all of these characters. You can think of them like player mages. These evocations, okay. So you can trap them if they move into certain hexes. You can trigger your traps and all the rest of it. So that all takes place. I've just not this particular deck, the Destructor deck. It doesn't really have many traps. Okay. Sorry, so that was Landesknecht attacking me for 2. Other Landesknecht will move 2, I believe, which is really nice because he's going to take the place of the previous Landesknecht. Whoops. Let's turn that over. So we've got another one in that room. Very nice. I like that. Now we move to Divine Altars. There are none Cerberos. Well, Cerberos have got a Perilium rating of -1, and mine at the moment is -2. So that's it now. And the reason why you go from top to down is because the Perilium goes down. So I know I don't need to activate anything else. Okay. Quite happy with that. Got to be honest. Quite happy. I'm just going to move Andromeda up a little bit just so she's in the right place. And I've just put the 2 Cerberos. I think that makes a little bit more sense. Just to have them in the order that they're going to activate, just makes it for ease purposes. Right, let's hit a load of these things. Oh, love it. This is next. The Fireball. You got to love the Fireball. Deal 3 damage to all models in the target room. First of all, it causes instability, which is always good. We're obviously targeting this room, which is 1 away, which is what my range is. So we're all good there. Let's have a look. Let's start with the Cerberos. So Cerbero number 1 is still got 1 health. They're quite hard, these. Cerbero number 2 also has 1 health left, although that's not bad. That's not bad. I've not activated a room, remember. This was just if you activate a room. So I haven't done that yet. I may not even do that, just to keep them at bay. Although I think this spell's going to destroy them all. Oh yeah. This is nice. This is nice. The Bone Knight is now dead because he only had 3 health left, and that just done 3 damage. You don't get anything for these, by the way. They're all the Black Rose points are chucked on the events rather than that. So I'll just add that back to the evocation deck. But that's good. Bone Knight's gone, which is always good because I'll tell you what, when he moves and he starts attacking, it's not fun. So I'm happy about that. And finally, the Landesknecht has 3 health, so it is dead straight away. So let's move the Landesknecht. And again, that was that one. That wasn't. I just moved the card, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. So the Cerberos have got 1 health left. So I can't play this one as it's normal rules. Okay, normal rules. You have to. You can only play 1 of these spells per. You can't play 2 of them in one go. So I'm just going to pound the. Andromeda. I can pound and kill all the Landesknecht. I think I might be happy then putting more of that onto. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit the Landesknecht and destroy him because I'm not happy that there's lots of Landesknechts. And obviously get my any damage tokens back. Cool. So Landesknecht has gone off the board. Okay, so Landesknecht's gone. So just Andromeda. I haven't gained any points, remember. Haven't gained any points, so I don't have to worry about my Perilium changing. So now, we know that the only person that's going to be activating is Andromeda. She's going to hit me for 1. Let's put another cube in here. And she's going to put instability in the room that she's in. Okay? Like it. I'm happy with that. Let's go again. Unfortunately, they're going to get... when it comes to evocation, by the way, I need to get rid of these because when it comes to evocation, it doesn't matter what their Perilium score is. Every enemy activates, so we've got to get rid of them before that happens, or I'm going to get pounded and they're going to heal. So this is why I've done it in this way. So instability in my room. So I've got 3. I've got to make sure. Ooh, oh, this has gone wrong already. Oh, that's really annoying. And this is the hard part, you see, because now I've got 3, Black Rose 2, but I'm not targeting Andromeda, and I can't this turn because I can only play 1 card. Is that the best way to do it then? Probably not. You know what? No. Saw that. I'm going to play this card so it doesn't do instability. And I'll show you why in a second. Inflict 3 to target, and I'm going to target Andromeda. Andromeda's going to die. She's only got 2 health left. because I don't want her. So Andromeda's gone. Then select another target, one away, and inflict 1 damage. So that's going to kill a Cerberus. Now, the problem with that, of course, it's hit or miss, but I'd rather not have the Black Rose win that room. I think that's more important. So I'm going to take him off, because he died, which is this one. I only had 1 health left. However, that now completes this target. I've defeated a Cerberus, 2 points, and I discard it. So discard the event, gain 2 points. We're now at the same level as the Black Rose, so our Perilium goes to 0. Fortunately, there's no Bone Knight. But that does mean I can't do anything else because I can't play this card, unfortunately. So he is going to come in and attack me, because his value is -1 and I'm on 0. It says, oh my word. All right, 4 damage. I still think it's better than losing the room. I've got to be honest. I would hate to have lost the room. 4 damage, and he heals 1 as well, but that's not going to matter because my next card. I think that's the better choice. I mean, I'm pretty much pounded, but I think that's the way forward. Because our final spell is Ring of Fire. Oh no. It's fine. This may not have been the best because right. So instability in the room, which was the important thing, remember. And then if I can cast another spell in there, I've got that room next turn. However, it's all models in the target room, and I've got to do it in me. So I'm actually going to cause myself 2 damage as I do a Ring of Fire on myself. But the important thing is I kill off a Cerberus. Obviously, that event's been discarded, so I don't get 2 points for that. Okay. Pretty successful and pretty much cleared the board. I think that's really quite key because the Malkoda is going to have a go now, but he only moves 1. Well, sorry, if there's a single Malkoda, he moves 2, but he's still not going to be able to reach me. Right, I've now finished my turn, but I finished a turn, so now it goes back to the Black Rose to do their turn. My Perilium 0. That's 1, it doesn't activate. Then we move on to evocation phases. If I had any, I would activate my evocations first. Then you activate all enemy evocations, no matter what their Perilium rating. So he's going to move 2 to come in here next to me. Let's put that like that. Okay, so he's got closer, but we're all right. We survived the first round. We obviously didn't meet our quest, but I think that's okay. To start with, we need to prep ourselves up, I think, rather than get destroyed. Okay, clear up. In other words, flip that. Oh, that should be there. That's the only room we activate, of course. All of them stay on the board. They don't disappear between rounds. And then we move on to the next one. So the next phase. So the first phase of the next round is event. Let's see what we get. Mutilating Thorns. No evocation spawns. That's useful. But place 5 instability in the Black Rose. Right, just to point out, the action, normally to get a forgotten spell, which is the Black Rose ability, you normally discard 4 cards from your hand, and then you draw 3 from there and choose 1. It's only cost 3 in this solo version. So it's really strong to be able to do that. I don't want that to lose. Oh man, I don't really want to do that, but never mind. Place 3 in a room with at least 2 already prepped. You're kidding me. So it all went to vain. I should have. It's the nature of the beast. That's really annoying. So it's going to place 3. This is the only one that's got damage into it. Well, actually, no. Place 3 in a room with at least 2 already present. Yeah, that's got 2. But so is that. So if I want, it means taking out the Black Rose room, which is a lot of points. I could effectively give that up. because, I don't know. Or I give up that room. Because that's what happened. You know what, I'm going to give it to that. So I'm going to put 3 instability into that room as well. So that Black Rose room is already almost blown up. It's going to gain 3 for an instant effect, but we don't draw another one. So you're just going to gain 3, kaplunk, kaplunk, up to 5. That's a 3 difference, so let's put us down to -3. Sorry about the quality of the components. I literally printed them off just on a home printer and then stuck them on cereal boxes. So they're not phenomenal. Could have done with a little, you know, like a split pin, but I haven't got any. Okay, that was the event phase. We've got our quest, so we don't draw another one. We've got our 2 cards in our hand already. So the study phase, we just get another 4 cards. Ooh, we've got some necromancy. Ooh, lots of different choices now. And as per normal, I will rest the camera to try and talk about some options. So we still got Fireball, but we got 1 Malcodia with 5 health. So if we can destroy him with 2 oh sorry, I completely forgot as well. Cleanup phase, as per normal. Discard into your memories, all your cards that you used, and flip your action deck. So we've got to do 5 damage. Sacrificial Altar is 1 health. 1 health. What? Heal 1 health. Not bad, not bad. It's only 1 health, but I'm pretty low. Move to the room of the target model and inflict him 2. I move the target to a blue room. Oh, I can throw the Malcodia miles away, or do I want to destroy the Malcodia? In 3, so basically I can just do 3 damage, nice and easy. I need to do 5, but I do need to do instability in my room. So I'm 100% doing this, this one here. Sorry, I should probably show you this one here, which will do 3 damage to the Malcodia, and it will do instability, give me the room. So I'm happy with that. I kind of want to go into that room and do the other 2 damage, which is brilliant because I've got that ability. I don't want to use this, but that would basically kill it, and then I can move the target. But this is such a good ability that I don't really want to do that, especially because I don't know. Actually, look at this. I've just decided I'm not going to play that. I'm going to keep that because move to a blue room and activate it. The Abyss, yeah, I'll show you how it's all going to work in a second. That's perfect. The Abyss basically in the new rules gets rid of a Black Rose evocation, so I can just get rid of him off the board. Don't have to attack him at all. Then we need to do some shift to target room and activate. Let's activate a ton of rooms. Move to and activate a room. I'm going to just do 3. I'm going to do 3 activations. I'm going to keep these 3 spells, and you'll see what I've done in a second. Again, you don't have to play all the spaces. Sometimes it's not necessary. Right, so let's do, you know what? Let's do this one first. Move to target blue room and then activate it. First of all, it causes instability. Whoop, whoop. It's exactly what we needed to get that room. That's victory points at the end of the game, okay? Which is really important because it's not going to change my Paralium. Then we're going to move all the way to the Abyss, and it says activate, which I will do. And it says Black Rose evocation removed from the board. So he, fortunately, disappears. So the Malcodia has gone off the board. We have now got a clear board. Right, next, we'll play this card, which does instability to the room. And move to a target blue room, and then you... Oh, do I want to do that? Hang on. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Sorry, my fault. What I want to do is just do a standard action, which is move to and activate the throne room. And the reason why is because of this. My Perilium goes down to -5 until the end of the current turn. To be honest, that's not going to make any difference. I'll just put it there. You don't get any points, by the way, for completing the most quests in this solo mode. But I do get 1 VP, taking me to 3, taking this down to -2 Perilium. But more importantly, I'll draw another quest, which is quite good. And the time I draw the quest will be when it moves on to the Half Moon deck, probably because the Black Rose room would have got some more stuff. That's 2 actions. There's nothing to activate for the Black Rose, so I can just carry on how I want to. Right, where else do I want to go? Probably want something. I might go and summon Cerberus. I could heal 2 at the Sanctuary, which is quite nice. I think that makes the most sense. I think the best thing to do is either heal 2 or summon a Cerberus. Interesting. I think just because there's not that many spaces for that to occur on, I'm going to go here by using this action and just heal 2, which takes my 2 off. Gives me more stuff to use, if nothing else. Sorry, my little tokens have just fallen off. To be fair, I'm not going to be drawing any trophies, so I'll just put them there. Excellent. I'm just going to keep free reigning because there's no evocations to act. Then I'm going to do this one, I think. Yep. Which is any blue room. Instability in the room. We've got the Mirrors room, which we can just activate. Hang on, it's slightly different. Copy the effect of an already activated room other than the Black Rose room. So I could... what was the throne room again? Oh, I did the throne room, didn't I? Sorry. That's -1 Perilium, which I completely forgot about. So we're actually on -3. Now this is where it gets really hard because I would say that's a permanent -1 Perilium. I could be wrong there, but why else would you do it? So I'm going to say that we're just got to remember that we're on -1 compared to those. That's my biggest gripe. I can heal another 2. What other blue rooms? Oracle room is as standard, which is draw 1 card from your grimoire. So it's another card. I've got 7 hand limit, so I would have to discard. So that's probably not worth doing that. Or the Abyss was get rid of an evocation. So yeah, I guess we'll go to the Mirrors room and we'll heal 2. I'm quite happy with that. And then finally, we can shift to any room of our choice. Let's put a bit of a destruction into that room. And we can move to any room of our choice and activate it. Wow. I mean, what I could do is do the alchemic... No, I don't want to draw cards. Don't want to draw cards. It's pointless. Summon something probably is going to be my best. Or doing some damage to the Sanctuary from the garden. No, I'm gonna summon Cerberus, I think. That'll put me in this area, which is quite central for the Black Rose summoning. So we're gonna go over here and do some summoning of Cerberus. And we can summon a Cerberus in here. Let's get one of our pins. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, with the pins because... Sorry, I'm gonna have to put that there. It doesn't really matter too much because of the pins because there's no other mages and it's pretty obvious because of the tokens that we use, but I'll do it anyway for argument's sake. And then we need to find a Cerberus from the normal evocation deck. I know, very strange. If I can find one. There's one, and put it down here for my Cerberus. Nowhere near as good as the Black Rose evocation Cerberus, but still pretty cool. So that was pretty handy. We've cleared the board, so in the evocation phase, I can activate Cerberus. That's absolutely fine. And I think I will. I want him to be a little bit more central, ready to take on anything. So I'm going to put him into the Black Rose room, just so we're all ready to go. Okay, evocation phase over, because as I said before, I've cleared the... Oh, sorry. I've cleared the board of evocations. Then we move on to cleanup phase. So let's all of the rooms that I managed to activate, which was a fair amount of them in that round. That was that was fun. That was a good round. Well, the previous round was very good because I managed to clear most of the evocations. Okay, there we go. We also get rid of, I'll remember this time, get rid of the spells we used, flip these, and I really want to get a forgotten spell before they disappear because of the room. So that's kind of key. I mean, there is a room, I thought, I could be wrong now. I thought there's a room where you can change the, no, there isn't, it doesn't matter. Right, okay. Also, we have destroyed this room, so let's take our 4 cubes, cubes from there, and the black rose 2. I destroy that room, so I get this destroyed room token, which you put nicely there. By the way, I absolutely love these boards, and it is a shame that the stretch goals are coming with these different types, but I think it'll be fine because it's kind of like a placeholder board, and then you can just put the cards in. So I mean, obviously I haven't seen it in real life, so I can't really comment, but yeah, I think it'll be fine. I just cannot wait for all of the extra stuff. Obviously there's a lot of controversy about the extra cost in shipping fees, but to be honest, I just love the game so much that I don't really mind too much. Okay, let's move on. So now we go into the first phase again, which is the Black Rose phase. I think I'm literally I'm just going to get a Forgotten Spell just to show you Forgotten Spell, and then I'll stop the video. I won't play it all the way through because it could be quite a long game. So we're still on the first moon phase. Attack of the Clones. It's a little bit copied. Oof. 2 Andromedas in 2 blue rooms of your choice. Discard a card. Okay. Why would I want to do that? Oh! All my code in the lodge acts immediately, so I can activate mine by discarding a card. First of all, though, woohoo! We are in the next phase of the moon, half moon phase. So that's 3. That takes him up to 8. That's a difference of 5. So we're on -6. Remember, I've got that. Well, actually, the maximum you get to is -5. Just remember, I've got -1 Perilium as standard. You know what we'll do? We'll call the throne room -1 Perilium for, I don't know, because it doesn't say for this turn. It just says reduce the value of Perilium by 1. I don't know. It's all a bit, I'm not 100% sure how those rules work. So what I'll say is we -1 from my current Perilium. So nothing's going to activate against me apart from the Andromeda, I think. Okay, anyway. Enough said about it. 2 Cerberus. I'm going to have to get another one of those Cerberus. So where are Cerberus? There they are. 1, 2, 1 and 3 from the Cerberus. This one could be number 1. In any blue rooms of my choice. I probably want to start destroying them, to be honest. So I'm happy to chuck it there. Also, that will get rid of, by activating this room, I'll be able to just get rid of it. So I'm quite happy with that. The other Cerberus, oops, is number 3. Let me just get the Cerberus a second. And now, does it say? The next question is: does it say that they have to be different blue rooms? Yes, in 2 blue rooms of your choice. Right. Okay. Yeah. I think I'll put them nearby rather than miles away. Although the only thing is, there's some instability in that room over there, so that would be quite cool. Now we're going to put him there. And let's put his 3 on his base. It's quite hard to do, one-handed. There we go. Okay, so they're all ready. Oh, they are hard, Cerberus. Right, what's our... Oh, sorry, this is going in the middle slot as well. If I activate all the blue rooms, I can discard it, or else it's going to get 1 point. Oh, never mind. Let's see what happens. So next thing is we replace... I've shuffled these already. We replace that moon deck. We replace... that moon deck, and that's just flown miles over. And then we draw our new quest. Animate the dead. Activate the cemetery, which is down over here. That's possible. We're only 2 away. The summoned Landschlacht acts immediately, and we get 1. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Just remember, you don't score anything at the end of the game for the most quests or anything like that. So you're only going to get the bonuses of the thing at the bottom. We are quite far behind. That's my biggest concern. But the Black Rose Room is what I'm really after. And by the way, that is now active as we are past the half moon stage as per standard rules. Okay, yeah, we don't really want to be more than an hour this video, so let's crack on. Study phase, 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to put the camera down. Oops, I'm going to put the camera down as per normal, just so I can choose the cards to play, making sure I've got 3 cards left in my hand to activate the Black Rose Room. I think that's going to be my first action. The Cerberus are not going to activate. I've got -5 Paralium, so I don't have to worry about any of that. And I could do with moving and activating room if I've got one, which I, of course, don't now because I've used them all up. Dang. Because I could have got rid of that event. Got an extra VP for that as well. Okay, let's see what we got. 3, inflict 4 damage to all models in target room. That's massive. Oh, nice. I've got a bit of a combo again. So that is cool. So we're going to make sure we can play this. Move all models from adjacent rooms to target room. That could be my first spell. 4 damage to all models in the thing. That will do 6 damage in all on my first thing, so I can take out both Cerberus straight away. So I don't have to worry about Cerberus. So in that case, I'm going to leave it there because I've got to get rid of 3 of these cards. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I'm just going to play 2 cards. I'm going to keep all the rest over here. I'm going to clear the board anyway, so that's all good. So you can see how you can. I really love this solo mode, especially with the Destructor, because it's a lot easier. It's a lot simpler to do. Right, okay, let's just do this so we can see what's happening. I'm not going to go into the Black Rose room, by the way, straight away, because we're going to play these spells first from the Summoner room. So, first of all, instability in room. Kind of classic with this character. Choose a target room, this room here. Move all models from adjacent rooms to the target one. Kaplunk, kaplunk. Then, do 2 damage to all of those. 2 and 2. Then, we cast our other spell, which is a quick spell. Instability in our room, which is nice. It's going to move that along. And then do 4 damage on all models in target room. And it's 2 range, so that's easy and it's straight. Brilliant, that kills them both. Absolutely brutal. Love it. And I'll put those here. Oops. Okay, yeah, not too bad. No enemy evocations, so I don't have to worry about activating them, even though my Paralium's so low. I'm going to go and act on the cemetery, but first of all, let's go and get our forgotten spell before it's too late. So we're going to move there and activate the Black Rose room. We have to discard 3 cards. So I'm just going to put my phone down a second. So we need to discard 3 rooms. That one. Oh, I do like protection spells. Oh, I like that as well. I'm going to get rid of Ring of Fire just because it's all models and it tends to hurt me rather than anything else. I need to get rid of another one as well. My bad. So I'm going to get rid of, I'm actually going to keep my Necromancy spells. Okay, let's see what 3 I draw and which one I want to keep. Now, I love these forgotten spells. They're so much fun. Time stop's really nice. You get to cast 2 spells from your hand and gain 2 points. All mages in play, pointless. That's pointless. 3 models to all models in play that already have at least 1. That's a little bit destructive against myself. 8 to the target model. That'll work, but it's only going to kill 1 model, so I'd say that's the worst one. It's a no-brainer, I think. I've got the Infamy of Crete. I love the Infamy of Crete. He can just pound around the board and kill stuff for me. Also, this enables rooms to be unstable. That's a no-brainer. That is such a strong card. Goes into your hand, remember, not your memories. Then these get shuffled up and put on the bottom of the forgotten deck. Yay! I got my forgotten spell. Love it. You're not going to be able to see it because I'm going to stop this video in a minute. But at least you'll get an idea of how the game plays. Next, we're going to spend our last action. Let's pick up the camera so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to spend my last physical action to move to the cemetery, activate the cemetery. This is not an instead. It just says the summon Landerschlecht acts immediately. So we summon a Landerschlecht, Kaplunk. Put one of me little. I only put multiple pins in if it's the same type of model. Landerschlecht, where are you? Landerschlecht, there you are. So evocation number 2. Oh, we're doing really well. I know we're 5 points behind, but we're doing well. He acts immediately. Let's move him over to the middle as well, just so I've got presence everywhere. And gain 1 point. So now we're on -4, minus our 1 Perilium from that we've got as constant. So we're still on -5 Perilium. Awesome. And we didn't activate all the blue rooms, of course. That's our turnover. So you would flip any activated rooms. I could have moved these. I'm happy to keep them where they are, to be completely honest. The 2 spells go into my memories. Flip these 2. No rooms have been destroyed yet. But maybe I can do this again. It might be an idea. Okay, so then what you would do is you would start the next round. You would start by just normal rules. Move that one across. Complete this one. He's going to gain another 3. So he's up to 11 now. So I'm miles behind, but this is where you can catch up. Wow. 3 Landerschlecht in 3 different grey rooms and 1 Bone Knight in the Black Rose room. All the Black Rose undead evocations move 1 step closer to the mage. If they enter his room, they attack. Wow. So you got to do all of this. Whoa. So I get attacked by 2 Landerschlechts. Also, yeah, it's 1 step further towards the mage. Okay. Wow. I wouldn't die, so it's not horrendous. If I destroy the Bone Knight, I get 2 points. But I have got the Infamy of Creep, which would literally just only activates immediately. And if you've not seen the Infamy of Creep, he is awesome. I've just got to show you this before I go. And when the actual model comes, I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. As you can see, I love painting. I like to paint the model, so it gives a little bit of presence on the board as well. Basically, every time he enters a room, inflicts 4 damage to each model in that room. You've got to be careful not to send him into the room with you, obviously. And he gets to move 2, and he's got 6 health. He's a beast. He's awesome. And also, you'll notice from here, when you play this card, you summon him. You don't discard this card. So if he dies, you just wait until. I mean, obviously it's quite hard to get this card back, except for you can use some room shenanigans to search your memories for a card, or your grimoire for a card. Anyway, that's really good as well. This is ridiculous. Look, 2 rooms adjacent to the target room become unstable. Any room on the board. Then you take the tokens. You cannot make unstable the throne room or Black Rose room. So that's a little bit disappointing because it'll stop him from scoring that. But you can basically just choose 2 rooms which are worth 3 points each at the end of the game. Keeping your Perilium low, really, really strong card. Okay. But I love the Infamy of Crete. I just imagine the massive miniature just moving around this arena. Love this game. Absolutely love it. I really give this a go, guys. You have to print all the stuff out. But to be honest, I just printed it out on normal A4 paper, got some cereal boxes, which I got from recycling, and then just stuck them to them, just using PVA glue. It seems to work pretty much fine. And as you can see, it still looks absolutely fine. But I know it looks like I'm doing really bad at the moment, and it's the same rules. As soon as either Black Rose or yourself gets to 30 points, you finish that round, and then you score up the total. The Black Rose will get trophies as if he kills you. You follow exactly the same rules. If you take damage up to here, you go back to your room, remove the damage, and give the black rose a trophy. If the black rose destroys a room, give it the room token. He scores 3 VPs, I want to say, for each. I'm just going to check that. Add the PP obtained from the trophies. 3, yeah, there we go. It's there where it says trophy. 3 power points for each trophy. Okay, so just be aware of that and try and remember that as the game goes on. I think with me clearing, well, I know there's going to be like loads of Landschlecks and a Bone Knight, but with the cards that I get, I should be able to destroy pretty much most of those. Because it's going to, oh, where was I here? They're all going to come into, those two are going to come into me. But we've also got one up here and one down there. They would both go into here. So I can basically send the Enfamil crit into here, bang, 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 and then just start moving through. So that would be the plan. I could even probably, actually, to be honest, I could probably move them into my space, take the 4 damage from myself, but destroy all of the Landschlecks. Oh no, I wouldn't, because I would get damaged by that. I don't know. That's the one that I would follow. Anyway, I'm coming up to now for this video, so I'm going to stop it there. Yeah, please do give it a go. You can, if you go to Facebook or their website, Ludus Magnus Studios website, you'll be able to get the print and play kit effectively for that. I believe you have to be a backer to be able to use the print and play, or else it's kind of infringing on copyright or something like that. So I will put any points linked to that up on the description. So if you have backed this, if you're a Kickstarter backer, then just check. I think it came as an email actually. Just check your emails, check the updates, and then you should be able to get access to those files, so you'll be able to have a little play of the solo version before the real thing comes in, well, hopefully in a few months' time. Okay, thanks very much.